GH spoilers. Full stop. The GH fanbase asserts Drew is a predator, and this storyline with Willow needs to stop. General Hospital, GH. Spoilers reveal not everyone is thrilled with the romantic relationship forming between Drew Quartermain, Cameron Matheson, and Willow Corinthos, Caitlin McMullen. To be fair, not everyone considers it romantic either. Some are saying it borders on making Drew look like a predator. Others have made statements that they're happy Billy Miller isn't playing this role anymore, and that it's tarnishing the way they look at Matheson. At the same time, some are calling Willow's character into question, not merely because she's cheating on her husband, but because this behavior is a far cry from the person she's been described as ever since she first showed up in Port Charles. What are the odds of a victim of a cult who was so reserved and meek ending up this way? General Hospital spoilers. How many times does Willow have to say no? Ever since their first kiss on the 4th of July, Willow has been asking Drew to keep his distance from her. She recognized that it was more than just getting caught up in the moment when it happened again at his office after Congressman Larry McConkey's, Sam McMurray, death. Realizing she had feelings for Drew, she wanted as much space between them as possible. Instead, Drew took every opportunity to work with her and bump into her. Willow left the New Tomorrow Institute as a means to keep away from Drew, and he still managed to infiltrate her private space at home whenever he could. Most recently, she opened the door of the gatehouse and told him he needed to go, just a day after they slept together, and he entered her home on his own accord without asking. That's Drew, and it's got fans asking what he's really about. GH spoilers. Inquire if Willow's consent implies continued compliance. Of course, there are two sides to every story. As they say, somewhere in between usually lies the truth. While most of the fan base is questioning Drew's allegedly predatory behavior, others are playing devil's advocate and reminding everyone that Willow is no saint in this scenario. Willow might have asked Drew repeatedly to stay away from her, but did she send the wrong message by refusing to stay away from him? She seems to cherry-pick when that's important to her, and of the times that she does approach him, they're almost always alone. Why did she track him down in the nursery alone? It took only minutes before their clothes were off. Why did she go back to his office with him alone the second time they kissed? Are the fans valid in asking these questions? General Hospital spoilers. And then there's Nina. Of course, Nina Reeves, Cynthia Watro's role in all of this complicates matters even more. She thought her daughter kissed the guy. Not knowing they slept together, she was sure that things between them couldn't be all that serious. Between the two of them, she was higher on Drew's totem pole, or bedpost. But has she enabled him all of this time by helping him cover up this indiscretion, and not holding him accountable for outing his kiss with Willow to Michael Corinthos, Chad Dell? GH spoilers, full stop. The GH fanbase asserts Drew is a predator, and this storyline with Willow needs to stop. The soap opera universe thrives on controversy, passion, and drama, but every so often, a storyline pushes boundaries in ways that alienate viewers rather than engage them. General Hospital, GH, has often been praised for its willingness to tackle difficult topics and explore the darker shades of human relationships. However, the recent trajectory involving Drew Kane and Willow Tate has struck a dissonant chord with fans, prompting a wave of backlash. Social media platforms, fan forums, and even casual viewer discussions are alight with frustration. Many are calling Drew's recent behavior predatory, raising questions about whether the writers have miscalculated the boundaries of consent, respect, and emotional manipulation. A dubious dynamic. Drew Kane, a character known for his hero complex and altruistic nature, has been acting out of character, leaving longtime fans perplexed. Historically, Drew has been a protector, a man who values justice and integrity. But his recent actions toward Willow have revealed an unsettling side, one that many fans argue crosses ethical lines. Willow, battling leukemia and balancing the pressures of motherhood with her role as a supportive partner to Michael Corinthos, is already burdened with an emotionally taxing storyline. For Drew to insinuate himself into her life during this vulnerable period feels manipulative, if not outright exploitative. "He's supposed to be her friend," wrote one disgruntled viewer on a popular GH Facebook group. Instead, he's pushing boundaries she hasn't agreed to. It's gross, and it's not the Drew we know. The breaking point, a questionable scene. The episode that ignited the most outrage aired last week, featuring a particularly uncomfortable interaction between Drew and Willow. In this scene, Drew, recently released from Pentonville, visits Willow under the guise of concern. What began as a seemingly innocent conversation about her health and recovery took a sharp turn. Drew's dialogue veered into personal and inappropriate territory, hinting at feelings that were neither reciprocated nor appropriate, given her circumstances. Willow's visible discomfort did little to deter him, and while the scene didn't cross into outright physical aggression, the emotional manipulation was palpable. She's married to Michael, fighting for her life, and dealing with so much trauma, another fan posted on Twitter. How dare the writers insert Drew into this mess, like he has any right to complicate her life further? Missteps in characterization. One of the most jarring aspects of this storyline is how inconsistent it feels with Drew's established character. Since his introduction to Port Charles, Drew has been a pillar of support, a man who values autonomy and respects boundaries. To see him now pressing his uninvited feelings on a woman already struggling feels like a betrayal of everything fans have come to love about him. Some viewers have theorized that the writers are intentionally darkening Drew's character as a way to inject tension into the storyline. However, this attempt to add complexity comes off as forced and insensitive. By pushing Drew into predatory territory, the show risks irreparably damaging his reputation with the fan base. A pattern of poor judgment. GH has faced criticism in the past for mishandling sensitive storylines, particularly those involving consent and power dynamics. From Franco Baldwin's controversial redemption arc to Sonny Corinthos' various questionable relationships, the show has a history of polarizing fans. However, the Drew Willow storyline feels particularly egregious because it exploits a character who is already emotionally fragile. Why does GH think it's okay to pile trauma onto trauma for Willow? Questioned a fan on Reddit. First her abusive upbringing, then losing her baby, then cancer. Now they want to throw Drew's weird obsession into the mix. Enough is enough. The narrative choice to target Willow, a character who has consistently been portrayed as kind, resilient, and selfless, has struck many fans as unnecessarily cruel. Moreover, Drew's behavior feels like a betrayal of the trust he has worked so hard to build with viewers. Fan backlash reaches a boiling point. The outcry from fans has been swift and unequivocal. Social media is flooded with hashtags like #ProtectWillow and #StopPredatoryDrew, with fans demanding that the writers course correct before further damage is done. Online petitions are circulating, calling for a rewrite of Drew's storyline and urging the showrunners to treat Willow with the dignity she deserves. Drew needs to apologize and step back, one fan tweeted. And the writers need to remember who he's supposed to be. This is not it. Others have suggested that the storyline could be salvaged if Drew's actions are framed as a symptom of unresolved trauma from his time in prison. However, many argue that even this explanation would not excuse his behavior. Where does GH go from here? The backlash to this storyline presents a challenge for the writers and producers of General Hospital. Do they double down, further exploring Drew's dark side? Or do they pivot, offering redemption for the character while respecting the fanbase's concerns? One potential avenue for redemption could involve Drew recognizing his behavior, seeking therapy, and working to rebuild trust with the people around him. Willow, meanwhile, deserves space to heal without additional complications. By focusing on her relationship with Michael and her recovery journey, the show could shift the narrative back to one of resilience and hope. Ultimately, soap operas are a collaborative medium, shaped not just by writers and actors, but by the audience's investment in the characters and stories. When fans speak up, it's a testament to their passion for the show and their desire to see it succeed. If GH listens to its viewers and adjusts course, it has the potential to turn this controversial storyline into a lesson in accountability and growth for both the characters and the writers. In the meantime, fans continue to voice their displeasure, ensuring that their concerns are heard. As one viewer aptly put it, "We watch General Hospital for the drama, not for characters we love to be ruined." Fix it, GH, and do it fast.